it's we want to get all the help around him, but as we know, when you have a competitive paid quarterback in the NFL, then you're not going to be able to get the most skill around him. You're going to have to pick your spots, and you're going to be a little slower one year than the next year. Not slow in terms of speed, just at what you're doing. You can't pay that position. Get documented. You can't pay that position at that level, take that much of the available dollars, and then put the exact thing around him. When Dak first got here, we had one of the best offensive lines that, in my mind, that had been put on the field in a long time. And he had that. And so we had skill around him, especially offensively. Well, when you do what you do today and you invest in a quarterback the way you do with these premium quarterbacks, that is diminished. That's automatically has to be diminished. And so when you ask me the supporting cast around him, it'll be hard to get to a supporting cast the way he did when he started his career.
Okay. Well, hello, good people. Mark Holmes here. And as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. So let's get open for business and let's wake up the football gods here. Shout out to Dallas Cowboys diva, Gina. She shared a clip of that to me before the show, and we've got some more of them to go with them. Before I get to them, let me say shout out to Alicia. What's up, Alicia? How are you doing tonight? We got Stacy Schubert in the house. What's up, Stacy? Lansing JP, how you doing, man? It's great to see you here while we're doing the live too. Chris May, what's up? And of course, we have Twiz Digga, who's fresh off the farm feeding the animals and things, who's up in here right as well. And let's see, we got Alicia, Stacy, and Army Mama Heather. What's up? Okay, so Jerry Jones was delayed at getting to the combine because of a lot of wind. He's got there and he's bringing a lot of hot air with him. Let's go to another clip of Jerry Jones here.
At where we are, if we don't have Dak. I'm not so sure that seeing what we see or don't see this year is as material as you might think it is.
Why not?
It's one. It'll be one of his. What will it be? His fifth year, sixth, eighth. What is it?
He's done seven. So
Seven. Okay. Well,
next year's eight.
coming there. But my point is, it's one of 8. It's one of 7. Okay. It is not the year of his career. I've really felt for quite a while that Dak has the ability. I don't want to dare do this to Dak or me or anybody. But I think just as Brady became, in my mind, better and more impactful on how they won as he got into his career, I think Dak really has those qualities. I think he can get better. Now, availability, injury availability is always the question. It hurt us with Troy, and didn't hurt us, but it did hurt us. He was premature in my mind. But the point is, Dak's availability is something to think about. But I would say, candidly, what do you do about that? How do you do? What about that? How do we know when we might not have him, short of getting a real top backup quarterback. When I start seeing something on the field, that would, on the field, not off the field, when I see something on the field that would logically tell you you need to start looking ahead, i.e. past Dak, I don't see that kind of thing happening in the next years. And I say years.
Okay. So, what's up, good people? And Dallas, Gina Dallas Diva, what's up, girl? Be careful out there driving. Be careful out there driving. I know the weather has been crazy out there where you are and stuff. Jerry Jones talking out of all sides of his neck because he's basically said, what's up, Splash Broda? How you doing? Alan Williams, what's up? He's talked about wanting to bring Zeke Elliott back, but we've heard about for days that there's a big move that's going to be made. A big ass move that the Cowboys are talking about making, right? Big ass move. But then he also goes on and talks about, well, when Dak was a rookie, we put around him a great offensive line, one of the best offensive lines there were, and surrounded by talent. But here's the thing that I have to call bull jiggity. You know what? Let's
ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble.
The Cowboys had 4 years where Dak Prescott was $680,000, and then $2 million. Then why, in those 4 years where you averaged $1 million a year, then why didn't we win the Super Bowl then? Why didn't we win the Super Bowl then when he was on his rookie deal and it was only $1 million, Jerry? And now you're saying, well, we can't surround him with talent now the same way we did when he was a rookie. You're talking out of both sides of your neck now. Now, you said, we believe in you. We believe in Dak. Okay, but we're now talking about, we want to bring Zeke back. We've already heard that Tony Pollard, they're talking. Lucky Gardenia, what's up? Dashboard confessionals. Let's confess our souls right now, because God. I realize we're at an inflection point. I realize we are at the inflection point. I want to say this correctly. I want to say this the right way. I just realized I'm getting pissed on my head again. That it is raining bullshit again. Because, we've been teased the last couple of days about this big move. This big move that's going to be made. Right now, and correct me if I'm wrong, so Jerry Jones, who just got to Indianapolis because of a lot of wind, I don't know if it was his wind or if it was the winter storm that blew through town. Either way, maybe it's a vortex. with the hot air that Jerry's blowing around right now, along with that winter storm, that it's just making tornadoes all over the place. Because I realize we're being baffled by bullshit again. We've been teased about a big move that's coming. Now we're told, well, when your quarterback is, a premier quarterback, and you got to pay him, that you can't, you got to rely on younger talent. This is the Charlie Brown syndrome. Joanne Gonzalez, what's up, JoJo? Lady Libra, Dallas Cowboy for life. What's up? Oop. We've been teased about a big move that's going to be made. And now we're hearing that, we need to surround them by young talent. Let me give you another quote from Jerry Jones. Cowboys owner Jerry Jones said, young talent will be the key to the team's success in 2023. But caution, hey! Warning. Not to rule out signing a prominent veteran in free agency. If team believes he can be a difference, would make a move in a New York minute. How is this different from, if I knew that all I got to do is write a check to get to the Super Bowl. There's no check out there that I wouldn't write to get there. Please tell me that we're not getting a snow job like that storm that just came through California and Nevada. I swear it was one hellacious storm, because they had snow in LA, snow in at around the Hoover Dam, snow in El Paso. Is this the Jerry Jones snowstorm? The hot air front that's coming through? Because I feel like we are being baffled by bullshit again. We are going to be, again, relying on the young talent. Remember last year when he said, that Jalen Tolbert, that third-round drafted quarterback, you're going to be surprised at how good he is. He's got all of the intangibles. It was kind of like when you heard him talking about Brandon Wheaton. That Brandon Wheaton, he throws one of the prettiest passes that you've ever seen. It just ended up being that was to the other guys. It seemed like it was going to the other guys. So let me recap what we're getting. Tay Cowboys, what's up, Tay? We heard that they're open to a deal for Diggs as well as for CD. They're talking to Leighton Vander Esch, but, Leighton Vander Esch and Donovan Wilson, but right now, it doesn't look good with Donovan Wilson, and there's no movement with Vander Esch. That Tony Pollard and his agents are talking with them, and if they don't get a deal before Tuesday, they will tag him. And then also, Jerry was talking about Dalton Schultz and saying that, we're evaluating the situation, with the new offense. Alan Williams, what's up, Alan Williams?
Take the money out, all of it.
Yes, Alan. So we have heard basically the only person we haven't heard anything about coming back is like Cooper Rush. That's like Cooper Rush. We just talked about now Jerry. Now again, Jerry is. Here's what I kind of say about Jerry Jones. What I kind of say about Jerry Jones is, if you've ever been to the dog track, they have like the fake rabbit that jumps out and goes on around, and the dogs, they're chasing after it, okay? Jerry Jones is the jackrabbit. Jerry Jones goes out there and says all the crazy shit that gets us all excited. Lola, what's up, Miss Hot Sauce? That gets us all excited. All excited about, we got big play. And then you have Stephen Jones, who usually doesn't bullshit you. I can say a lot of things about Stephen Jones, a.k.a. Catboy, but Stephen Jones doesn't bullshit you. Generally speaking, when he told you last year, we believe in our own guys, there you go. We re-signed our own guys. When he said we don't believe that going out and signing a bunch of free agents is the way to build a team, they didn't go out and sign any free agents. So I will say Jerry Jones is the jackrabbit that's going out and making all these things that's a distraction. Stephen Jones and Will McClay and those guys are actually making the decisions. Here's what I wish would happen. Here's what I wish that would happen. Because, I guess in regards to being a YouTuber or being in the news, the Cowboys are great for business because they're constantly giving you all kinds of stuff. There's no other team that anybody is talking about out there. I mean, they're talking a little bit about Derek Carr, which to me is kind of great. You're hearing about Daniel Jones, who's going to get over $40 million for his contract, and I'll get back to that in a little bit. But you've got everybody going ape shit over the Cowboys. Mike Fisher can literally say, the Cowboys are intrigued by C.J. Stroud. And they literally take that to the point of, well, Dak Prescott's been put on notice and that he is going to be replaced. Everybody focuses in on the Cowboys. We get sucked in. I really wish, because expectations are the building blocks of resentment. What do we hear for Stephen Jones? We're going to be a player this year. Shout out to John McGrew, tailgate member. 24 months. Woohoo! My bell's over there. Ding, 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 ding. Shout out to John McGrew. Stephen Jones has already said, hey, we're working on something big. We're going to be a player in free agency. Jerry Jones is now, we're going to rely on the young talent. We're going to bring Zeke Elliott back. We've heard that they're going to bring back Tyron Smith. We're okay with Tyron Smith's contract. Maybe we do something with that. Maybe we don't. But, we want Tyron back. We want Zeke back. So we're over the cap by $7 million. You're talking to Donovan Wilson and Leighton Vander Esch. There's no money to pay them at the moment. Right? There's Dalton Schultz who's hanging out there. Right? But you're going to hold on to Zeke. You're going to franchise tag Tony Pollard. And the big move, I get it. The big move is we not making any moves. That's our big move. We staying pat. The Cowboys are playing blackjack. And they got 11 sitting there. Right? 11. Say a 5 and a 6. And the dealers got 17 showing. We gonna stay pat. We gonna stay pat right there. We're not gonna put no more money on that. Knowing that they're gonna bust. That's the time to double down, bro. I'm sorry, 16. I mean, come on. He got 17 showing. You got 11. Double down. Take a chance. Chances are you got a 10 coming up. You're going to get 21. I don't even know where to go with this. I don't even know where to go with this, y'all. I was actually feeling excited, feeling good, being hopeful until Jerry Jones got to Indianapolis and opened his mouth. I literally was Charlie Brown, ready to kick the football. And damn it if Jerry Jones ain't Lucy. Damn it if he ain't Lucy. Pulling. You got it, Lucy? Yeah, I got it. Whoops. Pulling it right away from us. Somebody help me. Somebody tell me I'm wrong. Did they sign a kicker? That's a big move. Y'all got a running game and good wide receivers at Eagles for life. Wildcat, Jerry is mothballs the last 10 years. Mark, you just got to keep your expectations low. Don't expect anything. Take Cowboys. So, let me see if I got this straight. Bobby Wagner's out there after having 140 tackles, not being injured, 6 sacks, 2 interceptions, and a partridge in a pear tree. We're going to re-sign Leighton Vander Esch. Well, probably, the big move will be is we'll sign Odell Beckham because Jerry said, we want to revisit that Odell Beckham Jr., hey, we were just waiting for him to get healthy. You know what I wish the Cowboys would do? I wish they would just...
I'm tired of listening to the garbage talk. Shut up!
I wish they would just go out and do a move. And then, hey, Cowboys Nation, guess what we just did? We just made a trade for Stephon Diggs. And let the internet break. Tony, long time no see, bro. How are you doing? Chris B. What's up, Chris B? Cowboys just love to draft, don't do free agency. Tone, how are you doing, man? I just wish they would go out, do the move, and say, here we go. Stop building up this hype train. Stop getting us up. Stop getting us all excited because you know what happens? I realized today, I was talking with DMV, and I think maybe it was game time even. Alan Williams, I wish you were the owner of the Cowboys. I wish. I would know to stay out of the way and hire people that know what they're doing. Shout out to you, Alan Williams. I wish that they would just go ahead and do business like everybody else. Stop promoting all this stuff. But I realize that Vosh Lombardi, Big Game James, right? Law Nation, me, DMV, Simus, Duke Bothers. I mean, all of us, we're all to blame. We're all to blame because we allow the Cowboys bullshit to be believed. I remember last year when we signed James Washington. Oh my God, James Washington. Here's why it's a great move. Big Ben has not been Big Ben in a long time. So you've got to look at his numbers being down because Big Ben couldn't throw the ball 10 yards downfield. Look at how many. Look, one year he had 14.1 yards per completion. You get him there with Dak Prescott. Maybe he'll do 15 or 16. We sell the hype. We sell the Dallas Cowboys. We build that train up for more money for Jerry Jones. And we have been told we got a big move. Expect a big move coming. We got a big move coming here. Right? But here it is after telling us we got a big move coming. Young talent will be the key to success in 2023. But did not rule out signing a prominent veteran. So how is that we went from a big move to don't rule out? I feel like a sucker right now. I honestly feel like a sucker. Christy Marie, what's up, Christy Marie? How are you doing tonight? Another one of our lovely ladies. Cole's Cowboy, congratulations on the new baby. Last year I said, who the F is James Washington? But see, we sold it. We got the clips. We made you all believe, oh my goodness. We go to training camp and we saw all the highlights. Look at this guy. Man, look at that one-handed catch, man. We got Odell Beckham Jr. One-handed catch in the corner of the end zone. We sell the hype for him. We sell the hype. Would it be nice if their big move was him stepping aside and getting a real GM to take over? I would be okay if we went ahead and just said, Will McClay, you're the GM. I'd be okay with that. I would be okay with that. A little tad bit here on the combine that I want to share with you guys.
TJ's mad at me, but what's the vibe there today? Because yesterday a different feeling, but what's happening now?
I'm actually walking through the convention center to Lucas Oil for day 2. It's the cornerbacks, and it's the second deepest group of prospects apparently for Daniel Jeremiah, my colleague who sits to my right in the booth. The deepest were the edge rushers. Man, last night I got to tell you,
man, edge rushers
bigger,
last night,
stronger, faster. Although. Nolan Smith, the kid from Georgia, it wasn't the biggest. He's 238 pounds, which is like 50 to, 70 pounds lighter than a lot of the other defensive linemen that were running. But he ran a 4.39 last night and jumped 41 and a half inches on the vertical, which is, the way of saying somebody jumped out of the gym. He crushed it last night. And a stat that came across that since 2003, since we've been kind of doing this combine on NFL Network, in terms of anybody over 215 pounds, there's only been 2 other guys who have jumped over 40 inches on the vertical and ran faster than 4.4 at the combine. And the 2 other guys are Breece Hall, the Jets running back they chose last year, and DK Metcalf. And this guy's coming for quarterbacks. I mean, it's a running back and a receiver. This guy's coming for quarterbacks. And that's what it showed last night. If these guys get bigger, stronger, faster, chasing down quarterbacks. And tonight, the back end of the defense, and they're apparently just as talented.
So with Nolan Smith running so fast, but also dealing with an injury all of, for the most of last season as well. So if a team was like, well, he's been hurt, we'll knock him down a little bit. Does this kind of lift him back up to even, or does it even propel him farther than that, the fact that he's such an athlete?
I think it's going to propel him pretty damn far, man. It was funny. I don't know if you guys caught the coverage yesterday when he did it, but the initial was 4.4. That was the initial number that we clocked him at, and that pissed him off. He took his phone.
This was crazy.
Somebody apparently told him that he clocked it at 4.4. He's threw it down in his bag. Like, he got really angry. And then the official comes in at 4:39, and he was now suddenly like in a much better mood. And Stacey Dales, our colleague on the field, went up to him and interviewed him on live TV, and he starts talking about how, this is the way he wanted to run, and we showed video of his Georgia teammates watching him and at a watch party and going crazy. And at one point he then says, Georgia, great spot. I don't know if you know, but we've built a new restaurant in our
locker room.
And they serve steak and lobster. And I'm like,
think about that. They serve steak and lobster in the.
I mean, Georgia, they winning championships. They're serving surf and turf to their 5-star recruits. I mean, my gosh, I'm glad that he used the platform because I think Georgia needs the publicity. So it all worked out for him and the Bulldogs.
Well, talking about the Bulldogs, obviously there's a lot of talk about Georgia taking over Alabama as the powerhouse. I mean, even it was said to Nick Saban's face during the national championship game. So with all the talent out there, though, at the Combine, do you feel like with the folks there, the athletes, that you can actually see that as well with Georgia kind of taking a step up?
Hell yeah, man. I mean, you could see it. But,
oh, my God.
I don't know how the Georgia defensive backs there may be left after they, got a whole bunch of them over the last few years. But, the kid tonight that I think is going to be front and center, just make me feel older, is Joey Porter's son.
That's
from
crazy.
Penn State, one of TJ's many teams. I mean, I just remember Joey Porter blowing up Super Bowl 40 by blasting Jeremy Stevens, the tight end of the Seattle Seahawks. He just went all in on Jeremy Stevens. And now here we are after Super Bowl 57. His kid's working out of the Combine as a star.
It's crazy.
Corner. It's just things go by fast, Bobby.
Things really do go by fast, except this feeling of being a Cowboy fan. Let me say hello to Damn Gina.
Da-da-dunt, da-da-dunt.
Damn, Gina.
This is another I can't really talk tonight. I've been Jerry-ized.
I'd be getting preempt what may happen, but that franchise is there and should be judiciously used for the right spot. It's usually there to get people to come on and make an agreement, and so I really don't want to say it's a done thing because as
we're talking about Tony Pollard,
these things go, you don't know where you are until the deadline comes and goes. But right now, certainly, Tony's a big part of our plans. It was seems like just a moment ago when I saw that tackle against San Francisco. I thought it was a turning point in the game for us. Really, not one play can make a difference. But if missing a guy at a critical spot was going to give you a picture of why you might want Tony Pollard, roll the clock back right there and look at how our things change for us. Now, as everybody always knows, you can't go to one play, but that was a turning point in my mind. So what's that got to do with this question is that he's an integral part of looking forward. I feel very confident that he can have the kind of recovery that will not minimize or potentially impact negatively how he plays.
What is this?
Okay. Yeah, there's so much mindless minutia from Jerry.
Not have been. I think that if you'll carry through the both, and we used them both last year.
We're talking about keeping Zeke.
I have, in anything we've talked about, I haven't necessarily seen that we wouldn't have both doing the best things they do. But we've got to remember now, Zeke was limited. But he might not have been as limited as we might have worried about him being, but he was limited last year. And I know
Make
I've
it
got
stop.
a reputation for being reluctant to look at great players as they go into the later years of their careers. But I don't need I don't need a empathy, or I don't need a feeling of look what he's done for us to turn on the tape and look at what a difference maker he was last year in games right through the end of the year. He made plays, made runs that had we not made them, it could have been even more negative than it turned out. So where I'm going with this is that
We don't know where you're going with it.
if I could replicate the feeling that I had before Tony Pollard got hurt, and the feeling I had with Zeke, good weeks of practice behind him and ready to go into the playoffs, I'd dial that up right now. That very feeling. I would not try to improve on that right now.
I would not try to improve on that right now. All right. Okay. You guys know I'm the internal optimist. Okay. I got it figured now. You know what? Hold on. Just hold on for a second here. Okay. Just hold on for a second here. Okay. All right. I think I got it now. I'm going to give you hope. John Jones, welcome to the Mojo Crew. Ding, 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 ding. John, as well as if you are a channel member and you have not been to Community tab and filled out, there's a post in there just for guys like you, John, like Chris May, like Gina Dallas Diva. That is a link to our Thrive that my beautiful bride, Tracy, manages to make sure we get you your shot glass, because Jerry Jones makes you drink. Go there, get it filled out. We'll get you your shot glass, because I think we all need to get a bottle right now. But here's maybe the hope. I love Zeke Elliott. Zeke Elliott, you're not going to find anybody more passionate. You're not going to find anybody more. James Snyder, how you doing? You're not going to find anybody who's more of a team player, who has sacrificed so much. And we've had a lot of great players that have sacrificed so much that deserve to be in the big game. But the team has failed them for a multitude of reasons. But we cannot afford a $17 million cap hit for Zeke Elliott. We can't afford a $17 million cap hit for Tyron Smith. We can't afford a $10.5 million hit for Tony Pollard. We can't afford a $6.8 million first round tender for Terrence Steele. We can't afford the money for Leighton Vander Esch and think that we can make a big move. There is no way in hell that with what Jerry has proposed, keeping Zeke, keeping Tony Pollard, and now we're reevaluating Dalton Schultz on whether or not he's coming back. He said keep the band back together, but we might make a big move. But we're going to be relying on young guys. We're all over the map. If you're looking at this, this is like, for all of you old people out there, old people, okay? Old people out there. Rich Little, back in the 80s, he would always do his Ronald Reagan impressions. And he did this one of Ronald Reagan about the budget. Well, if you take the national budget here and you cut it into 3 halves, and you take, one half here for defense spending, and you take one half over here for that, and you take another half. It's like, Mr. President, but a pie only has 2 halves. That's right. Okay. In other words, there's not enough money to do all these things that we're talking about doing. We're baffling you with bullshit. There's not enough money to do all these things that Jerry Jones is saying, which brings me back to something I said before. Stephen Jones, you can call him Catboy. You can call him employed because of his daddy's job, position. Help me, Rhonda. You can call him over his head. You can call him the worst negotiator in sports history. But the one thing you can't say to him is that he's going to lie to you. He's not going to pull the football out he's going to tell you flat out. And I remember when we had Des Bryant, and Jerry said, that Des Bryant, it's hard to imagine. It's hard to imagine the Dallas Cowboys without Des Bryant. You know how much I love Des Bryant. Des Bryant is part of the Dallas Cowboys, and we gonna take care of Des Bryant, and we gonna win, right? And I remember people asking Stephen Jones about Des Bryant. And Stephen Jones would get stone-faced and said, well, we're going to have discussions and things about Des Bryant, and we'll come up with whatever we come up with. Shout out to Tay Cowboys. Jerry's math is different than everyone else in the world. You got that right. So maybe this is just Jerry. Jerry, go on the bus, talk to the media, have fun. Jerry, look, it's Friday night, Jerry. Go have fun. Jerry, just go have fun, man. Say whatever you want. Baffling this way, Jerry, you go all over the map, okay? You talk about signing and bringing back everybody so that way nobody knows what we're going to do. Me, Will McClay, and we'll take Mike McCarthy and Dan Quinn, and we'll go over here and we'll go ahead and we'll actually work on building the team, okay? Go, Jerry, have fun. Have fun. Look, Jerry, we're going to take the bus by 7-Eleven. We're going to get some good old 7-Eleven wine, and you have fun. Maybe that's the case. Because there's no way, no how we can do all the things that we proposed. This is like a little kid who literally has a Christmas list of 1 million things and knows that half of the things are already sold out. There's no chance of getting them. There's no chance. We know that the family doesn't have enough money to buy all of these things, but they're still putting out there on that list all the things they want to do. I am so freaking excited that Twizdigga is a monitor. Oh my God. Now I'm excited about it. Are you being sarcastic on that one, Rhonda? Okay. Lola's, okay, that's detracted. How are you going to sign the checks? That's my thing. How are you going to do something big? Bring back Zeke. I mean, unless you're going to go through. Now, you could go through and say, we're going to restructure Zeke and we're going to make him like a $2 million cap hit. We'll kick the money down the road. We're going to take Dak Prescott, so we're going to go ahead. We're going to extend him. We're going to make sure that this year's hit is only going to be like $3 million, and we're going to kick the money down the road. We're going to take Zach Martin and do what we do every year. We're going to restructure him and make his deal like $5 million and stuff and kick the money down the road. I mean, that's the only way they're going to do all the things that he's talking about. I don't even know what to do with this. He has that big old yacht. Why won't he just sail away? Weed, I'm trying to be good to y'all. Got to start. Jerry wants the GM position to stay in the family. That's not a family position. That's supposed to be run by a professional GM, not his son. But here's what's unnerving to me, though. Okay, Philadelphia, we on opposite sides of the fence. I joke about you guys getting the hot L, the 3-time loser in the Super Bowl and stuff. But, I'm jealous of you. That's why I am so hard on you guys, because I would like to be able to be playing deep in the playoffs and going to the Super Bowls and stuff. Okay, I hate it because you guys are. I'm jealous. I want some of that, but all we got is talk, and talk is cheap. Talk is cheap. We've gotten excited about all this other stuff, but it sounds like we're doing the exact same damn thing. Here's to you, Jerry. Here's to you. P.T. Barnum, you are the best at selling the bullshit. So, where does that leave us? I'm going to move away from the Cowboys for a minute. I've got to. I've got to for my own health. Derek Carr. Derek Carr. Did I miss something about Derek Carr? Derek Carr, who's averaged 24 TDs and 11 interceptions throughout his career. And don't tell me that Derek Carr did not have some weapons to throw to at some point. That Derek Carr got dropped off on the side of the road by his last team. But somehow Derek Carr now is the guy that is the hot quarterback out there. I guarantee you he's not going to sign a contract for less than 40, which is what he was just getting paid. Yeah, you're right about the...
I think that's a part of leadership, is to have some of the guys that have gone before that have been disappointed to share it with everybody involved. For me, it's a reminder. I, too, have been here 23 years. And it is a reminder. I've been here when it was glory hole days, and I've been here when it wasn't.
I now want me.
Having said that, I want me some glory hole. So I have that perspective.
Yeah, I want me some glory hole days too. Joanne Gonzalez, you're in recovery, feeling better day by day. Well, Joanne, I hope you're feeling better. Oh my goodness. You love it when I sound like Jerry Jones. I wish I didn't have to do the Jerry Jones voice. I really don't. But damn. Derek Carr. So Derek Carr has got to be upper 40s. Derek Carr is going to probably get a contract bigger than, more per year than Pat Mahomes. Right? Daniel Jones, they're saying his contract is going to be in the 40s too. Daniel Jones, I don't understand that. Do you know Daniel Jones averages 15 touchdown passes a year in his career, a season, to go with 8.5 interceptions, to go with 10.5 fumbles. Daniel Jones averages 15 TD passes a year with 19 turnovers. And they're talking about him getting in the mid-40s. Does that grab anybody differently? Dallas Cowboy girl, what's up? Does that kind of make you say, "Defa"? I don't. 15 TDs, 8.5 interceptions, and 10.5 fumbles per year is Daniel Jones's numbers on average for the 4 years he's been in the league. And we're talking about $45 million for him. The Giants are closing in on the deal. They're hoping to have it done by Tuesday so they can franchise tag Barkley and get themselves some more time to try and work out a long-term deal. Does anybody else kind of say, what? You don't want to go to work tonight? I don't want to work. I want to bang on these drums all day. Is that what you're doing, Dallas Cowboys girl? Okay. The eye test. Yes, Daniel Jones and his 15 touchdown passes. Yes, he passes the eye test. I don't know what test that is, but I'm sitting here for a second. Let me this is where I had a discussion with DMV. I want you to stop for a second here. Here's what's amazing to me, that Derek Carr, whom averages 24 TD passes a year with 10 interceptions, right? Is going to demand upper 40s a year, right? Has been in the playoffs one game in his career. Has a losing record in his career, right? I want to understand something, and when I say this, some of you may laugh at the moment, but hold up for a second. The New Orleans Saints actually have Jameis Winston on the roster, who is only a $15 million cap hit this year. And before you go crazy for a second, Jacqueline knows, Mark, please calm down before I have a heart attack. No, it won't be a heart attack. I'm just going to drink myself drunk. Appreciate that, though. Jameis Winston, the last year of Sean Payton, okay? Sean Payton coaching Jameis Winston after Drew Brees retired. The first 7 games of the season, he was uninjured. The Saints were 5-2. And check this out. It blew my mind. Do you know in 7 games, Jameis Winston threw 14 TD passes with only 3 interceptions and had New Orleans 5-2. He's on their roster for another year at $15 million. Are you telling me that a guy that was doing that with that team right there, who is $15 million, clearly about $30 million less than Derek Carr, who averages only 24 TDs in a year with 10.5 interceptions a year, that you're telling me that that's a better option? I don't get it. I don't get that. And I bet you there's Cowboy Dak Prescott haters that would say, I'll take Derek Carr. Man, we get Derek Carr. And Derek Carr had Josh Jacobs for a running back, Devontae Adams as a wide receiver, Hunter Renfrow, Hunter Renfrow and Darren Waller as weapons. I keep hearing this bullshit. Well, Dak Prescott got to have everything perfect for him to win a Super Bowl. Well, you know what? I will say Jalen Hurts had everything damn near perfect. Damn near perfect. Great tight end in Dallas Goedert. 2 great receivers in A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. Great running attack. One of the best in football. Best offensive line in football. And he didn't win the Super Bowl. So does he have to have things more perfect to win? I keep hearing this saying that, well, Dak has to have things perfect. Well, Josh Allen got things pretty good. He got things pretty good up there in Buffalo. Josh Allen ain't winning that shit either. We get baffled with too much bullshit. I was feeling so good going into this show until Jerry Jones showed up and started talking. And I realized we are literally in the same spot that we have been all these years. I'm just going to check and make sure I got all of them. Dalton Schultz. On Dalton Schultz, I'm not going to be empathetic until we've had more days really establishing what we want to do a tight end to be within framework of the new offense amid ongoing philosophical changes. The role is being assessed. Yeah. Sounds like we believe in our own guys again, everybody. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. Well, how are you guys feeling right now? I just don't even know. I don't even want to talk right now. What did we miss? Okay, just go back to last year. We believe in our guys. If we see a guy who can truly make a difference, we might make that move. We're talking about keeping Zeke, talking about keeping Tyron Smith, talking about franchise tagging Tony Pollard. Van Der Esch, working, trying to get him. Donovan Wilson's probably gone. Dalton Schultz, we're evaluating the situation. In other words, we're not doing anything. We're not doing anything. And for you Eagle fans that are laughing right now, Mark, can you play? That's funny because Lola, great minds.
Fuck them birds. Fly, Eagles, fly. Now we shoot those birds out of the sky. Stupid dumbasses managed to give up a 3rd and 30 to my sexy arm. Pathetic defense and team. No wonder I own those piece of shit frauds every damn year. Don't get me started on the fans. You boo me while I earned a respected award. Losing the Super Bowl was just karma for you fuckheads. I can't wait to drop 100 on your heads next season while being the daddy of the NFC East again.
Yeah. So there's that. That at least makes us feel a little bit better. So I just can't go on tonight. I think I'm just going to be here one with the bottle tonight. Here one with the bottle because Jerry Jones makes me drink. If I'm Pollard, I don't play on the tag after what happened to Zeke. Pollard breaking a leg. Cringiest. Okay. I You know what? I just can't go on, guys. I'm going to have to get myself together here. And you know what? I'm going to have to sleep this one off. Jerry Jones he's just got me tonight. Mark, go hug up on you. Oh, Lordy. You know what? I'm gonna drink enough that I pass out on it. How about that? Remember, Jerry's not the mouthpiece anymore. He's just a decoy. Well, I hope you're right on that one. I hope you're right. Hidden blunt hit. Okay, outside. No blunts. No blunts for me. I hear you, Mark. Sorry, I was just kidding. I know what you're saying. Elliot says he takes a pay cut. Well, you know, I tell you what, if he takes a big pay cut, okay. I mean, to get rid of him, you're going to have to spend a minimum of almost $6 million. So if he says, hey, I'll play for 7, okay. All right. That's cool. Here's what we going to do. Get your shot glasses ready tonight, guys and ladies, because we need a drink. Yeah, I got it, Alan. I'm going to package it up in the morning and it'll be on out. I've got one more Jerry Jonesism before we get out of here. Just one more.
And do you want to run the ball more than y'all have as an offense? I mean, do you think that's going to make Dak better?
I don't know that the numbers. I was disappointed in our yards per carry, but that has also to do with how wide open your passing game has made it for you. As we know, we're going to hear that word complimentary. But I'm not as big into trying to make an adjustment in the percentage of run ratio. One of you talked about that recently, but I'm not that. I want to be able, when we've got that lead, especially if we should happen to have in this league a 2-touchdown up lead, I do want to be able to really make it an almost accident if you got 3 or 4 tries at it to not get to move those chains.
I think that's a part of leadership, is to have some of the guys that have gone before that have been disappointed to share it with everybody involved. For me, it's a reminder. I, too, have been here 23 years. And it is a reminder. I've been here when it was glory hole days, and I've been here when it wasn't. And so having said that, I want me some glory hole. So I have that perspective.
Good night, everybody. It's time to turn out the lights. This party's over.
Turn out the lights. The party's over. They say that all good things must end. Call it a night. The party's over. And tomorrow and next year starts the same old thing again.